Every live event is filled with moments of excitement. LiveSource is a new game-changing app that allows you to create auctions instantly during these moments, as the crowd's excitement is at a fevered pitch.
Comes back with his second triple of the game.
Imagine, after spectacular moments, you could remove any item from the field of play and place it into a live auction in less than a minute while the game is still on. Imagine the fans in attendance bidding on and winning one-of-a-kind memorabilia and experiences from that event while the event is still going on. LiveSource handles the heavy lifting so that there are no limits on what can be sold or when it can be sold. Auctions can be created in less than 60 seconds, at which time the app immediately notifies fans to start bidding, determines the winning bidder, and arranges payment and delivery moments later. Excite your audience with highly shareable moments. Motivate more fans to attend your event, increase revenue. With LiveSource, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Well, make sure that you download the app, LiveSource app, or go to livesourceapp.com. All the teams are going to be using it. I know some of the players in the league are going to be auctioning off game-worn gloves, shoes, towels, everything. So make sure you're signed up for LiveSource app. And as always, if you're out there, let us know where you're watching from. Post in the comments. We'd love to see where you're from. And then, as always, feel free to comment, ask questions for myself or for Chris. But today, I guess for the past month, we've focused on players. And so we've got another player with us. He's a league vet here. So it's going to be exciting to chat with him. I've got Chris Gilchrist with us. He is with the Ontario Bandits. How's it going, Chris?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Doing good, man. Doing good. I'm in Florida, so the weather is good. I don't know what part of the country you're in right now.
I live in California.
So we're in probably the two best spots to be right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen friends in Dallas and getting snow. I'm like, damn.
No, I love Florida. Florida was the first state I ever moved to from California. My freshman year of college, I went to FAU.
Okay, nice. Well, the thing I always look for, if the place doesn't have palm trees, it's probably not the right place for me. So Southern California, Arizona, love those spots.
All right.
So, kind of told you a little bit before the show, but I'd like to kind of just go through and walk through. You said you're out in California. Start off with kind of where you grew up and, when you started getting into football.
Okay. I grew up in Altadena, California. I know most people have heard of the Rose Bowl. So that's considered like Altadena, borderline Pasadena. So and every time you hear Pasadena, the Rose Bowl, I'm like the tip top of Pasadena, Altadena. So it's like, it ain't too big, but it's a smaller city. But I grew up in Altadena, California. I got 2 sisters and 3 brothers. I'm the youngest of 6.
Oh, wow.
What else I got going? My sister pretty much raised me and all my other siblings. Mom was kind of like in and out of the picture, growing up. But that's changed over the last few years. Starting to get closer to her. But my sister kept me out of the streets, man. I didn't follow my brother's paths. You know what I mean? My older brothers and cousins and uncles, they all decided to, choose the streets, gang banging and this and that. So I was the youngest of 6. So she got a hold of me early. And immediately I was in Little League Baseball, Pop Warner football. Every season we were doing something, whether it was
got to stay busy.
Yeah, tennis, soccer, whatever. She just kept us, kept our heads in the books and then out of the streets, playing sports. And we weren't allowed to spend the night at anyone's house until we were in high school.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
What age did you start playing sports, like on actual teams?
I was 9. I was 9 years old. I didn't start young like everyone else at like 3, 4 years old. I started at 9. My first position was quarterback. it was fun. I played quarterback up until my sophomore year of high school. I went to charter. Well, first I went to South Hills High School. It's a school out here in West Covina, California. That's where my quarterback career took off as far as like freshman, sophomore year, kind of got on the map. Then I transferred to another school called Charter Oak High School. And then they had just come off a CIF championship. They had their guy. He was the same grade as me. So immediately I'm competing with him, but the coach was just being real with me. He's like, hey, man, this is our guy. If anything goes down, you'll be our second guy. But if you want to find another spot on the field, I picked up receiver, you know what I mean? So from then I just took off with it.
At what point did you think, college was an option?
I've always knew that I was going to college. There was never a doubt that I wasn't going to get a scholarship somewhere. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just thought it was destined, you know what I mean? Because as far as just from where I grew up, we always looked for a way out, you know what I mean? And school and football was it. That's all you pretty much know, you know what I mean? Where, depending on where you come from, it's either sports or jail or the streets. And I chose school and football. So I never doubted in my mind that I wasn't going to play college football.
How hard was that, to kind of stay on that clear path?
For me, my path wasn't so clear. And I'm not talking violence wise. I'm talking about school. I'm one person that was going to be straightforward. I hate school.
Hey, me too, man. There's two of us.
Yeah. So for me, I always tried to find the easy way out with school. Okay, I can do this much just to get by.
Right.
And it kind of came back to bite me in the butt. You know what I mean? Because coming out of high school, I got a full ride scholarship to Florida Atlantic. I was there for 1 year. But when I got there, I was starting as a true freshman. And then a week before we opened up in 2013 against Alabama, NCAA calls and rules me ineligible. My GPA was 100th of a point away from meeting my SAT requirement. 100th. I had 2.66. I needed a 2.67 to match my GPA. You know what I mean? And that goes to say okay, you saying C, get a C, just pass the class. What if I would have got that B or that A? You know what I mean? I wouldn't have been in that predicament. So then at that point, I fell into this little depression of not really focusing on school anymore. And I'll just be real with you. In college, that was the first time I picked up some weed and failed my first drug test. And it kind of went downhill from there. Ended up having to go to junior college. So I got kicked out of school for my academics. Not even for that, actually. I got kicked out for academics. Ended up going to Mount San Antonio College here in Walnut, California. Sack Dogs. If any Sack Dogs is on here, shout out. There I played there for 2 years, 2013-14 and 14-15. In 2014 we won the state championship. And then from there I went and played at West Texas A&M Division II Lone Star Conference.
Is that in El Paso or?
No, that's Amarillo, Texas.
Okay, Amarillo. Okay.
Yeah. So, it's not in Amarillo, but it's 20 minutes from Amarillo.
Close.
Yeah.
Close enough. It must be then nothing around it.
Ain't nothing. You got a Walmart. And a Safeway.
Nice. Hey, that's one way to keep you out of trouble, though.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing to do.
That's kind of my college journey. And then while I was in college, I ended up having my daughter. She's 4 years old. She's 40. She'll turn 4 on Friday, actually. This
Nice.
Friday she'll turn 4. And then after I left West Texas, I'll be honest. I started working at Dairy Queen. Man, I was flipping burgers. Didn't know what to do with my life. Coach Burley, Cy Burley, God bless him. He called my phone while I was on the clock. I answered it. I didn't know the random number. I think it said Florida or something like that. I was like, oh, I don't know nobody from Florida. Answered the phone. He was like, hey, man, liked your film. Want to give you a shot. And this is after a year of me not playing or just being out of, after pro day and all that, just being out of sports completely. Kind of just, I was actually in like a sunken place, man, working dead-end jobs. Just didn't know what to do. So he gave me a shot in 2018, and that's when I first joined the Sharks.
How did that even come about? Like, did you just send game film? Did you attend a tryout?
So my best friend, he has his own business, Trust the Process Athletics, and what he kind of do is help like underrated athletes, from high school athletes, college athletes, and that have trouble getting exposure. He helps get them that exposure. I sent him my film while I was living in actually at this time I was living in Oregon. Sent him my film. He sent it out. About 2 days later, that's when Cy Burley called me, and I ran with it. And did
you always have that in your mind too? Like, hey, I want to play after college. And
yeah, I had
staying in shape while you were still working.
Yeah, I was in shape while I was still working. I was also coaching high school football, but actually, like after my pro day at West Texas, Tom McConaughey, he's a national scout for the Chargers. He was very interested in me, and he actually called me twice after my pro day while I was working at Dairy Queen. But working at Dairy Queen and booking a flight the next day to Costa Mesa, California to go run routes for somebody wasn't ideal for me at that time. So, it's one of those missed opportunities, and it happened to me twice within the same year, because I wasn't in California. I couldn't just get in my car and drive 45 minutes to go run some routes or, to go show them what I still got. So I kind of missed that opportunity. And then I looked at it as another opportunity when Burley called me to, get back into it, to, kind of stay in shape, to kind of not, your feet itch when you away from the game. So I just ran with that opportunity, and they ended up re-signing me again in 2019. We won the championship. Yeah. And
so how was that first year of arena football? There's a lot of differences. Some of the routes are different. Just, it's like 7-on-7. You're getting thrown the ball a lot. So, a receiver should love it.
Yeah, it was for me, it was an eye opener because like everything is confined. It's so small. Me being 6'5", it's hard for me to get in and out of breaks and start to, not kind of like figure it out. After that first game against Carolina, actually out there, my first game against Carolina, they were getting ready to cut me. They told me.
And you knew, and you knew that? You could sense that?
I didn't know that until we had exit meetings that end of that year.
Wow.
The owners, Burley, everybody told me straight up, man, we were looking to cut you after that first game, send you home. And I kind of took that to heart, but at the end of the day, the way I seen it was, they're lucky. Like the Sharks, is just my opinion. The Sharks was lucky they didn't cut me because I was the only receiver that lasted from camp to the end of the season. Everybody either got cut or got hurt or just left. I was the only one from day one that stayed.
It's tough.
It was on the active roster.
That's tough. How'd you end up doing that first year? You put up any numbers or?
My numbers, I think I put up probably 700 receiving yards and like 12 touchdowns or something like that. I don't know how many receptions. It wasn't amazing, but it was.
So first year though. I always say it takes about a year to really adjust fully. A full season to really get in it.
Yeah, and it was kind of, it wasn't really hard for me, but like the adjusting, I seen a difference in my play the year after. But again, you probably know better than anybody since you follow the NAL and all the indoor sports. We had on the Sharks this past season, 2019, we had 3 of the leading receivers: Deron Neal, Devin Wilson, Jermaine Fortson. Those my guys. I love them. You know what I mean? It was a 4-headed monster, but you know what I mean? I played my role. You know what I mean?
So how did that work out with, keeping everybody happy, getting enough, touches.
Tempers flared, tempers flared often, but those guys, I would play with them again. No, in a heartbeat. Those guys are some good guys, and shit. I mean, when you got to compete, they bring the best out of you every week. So your spot can be taken at any given time. So I just felt like that was probably, I don't know how Burley did it, but he got all of us here and he made it happen. And everybody, I mean, like I said, everybody was happy, and we ended up winning the championship. Shit, I played linebacker. I never played defense a day in my life, and I started at linebacker in this championship game.
I was about to ask you if you played any D at all.
Never played defense a day in my life. It kind of happened. I don't know if it was written in the stars or God or something, but like that whole season, I don't know why, but I was just throwing myself in there at Jack when it was offensive period and I wasn't in. So I was kind of rotating with Cody Saul. Not looking forward to play, but just learning the position, and then it ended up happening that he got suspended, so on and so forth. And then I ended up stepping up, but that team was probably one of the most fun. I had a lot of fun playing with that team. It was great.
Well, I mean, too, with your size, though, I mean, playing Jack, I mean, I've seen it happen a lot. I mean, it's another good way to get out there. And with injuries and the small rosters, I mean, guys got to be able to move around. How about, did you ever have to play any QB? Like anybody go down and you were like the emergency guy?
So in 2018, I was the emergency guy for QB, and pretty much like on this past year, I was the guy too, like that. Actually, I don't even remember. I think they had me practicing it this past season too. In 2019, I was just the emergency guy, like third, fourth string guy. If emergency, like I was the emergency guy. Like I practiced it, but quarterback is something that you got to continuously do. You know what I mean? And especially with this arena stuff, it's timing and understanding. Like some of these quarterbacks that come in here, they've been doing it for years. You know what I mean? So they kind of pick up on it quick. For me, it was like, shit, I was having trouble. I'm not even gonna lie. I was having trouble at practice.
It's fast too.
It's fast. You know what I mean? You ain't got time to sit back there and all day and just read the coverage and see this. So it's like a lot of pre-snap reads have to be made.
Yeah, I'll tell you, most of my career as a team owner, I would roll the dice. I was always kind of like the GM working with our coach, but we would a lot of times not have a backup QB. And so we would, we'd dress like another D lineman or like, somebody else. And so we always had a skill guy as kind of like that emergency type thing. But, we got pretty lucky, I guess. We rolled the dice, but,
I think for me, though, with that situation is honestly, if I would have practiced it and they would have put me in one of the games, I probably would be starting on somebody's roster as a QB right now. That's just how confident I am that I can play that position in this league. Like that's just 1,000% being honest with you, and I really know for sure that I can play that position in this league.
How did you kind of come to Ontario then? Obviously, it's kind of like a coming home, so to speak.
Like I said, I actually live in Ontario right now, so I'm like 12 minutes from the arena right now.
Nice.
But I posted on Facebook like 4 months ago, like, hey man, anybody got any contacts or any info on the new team that's coming to our league that's in Ontario? And then I think it's Terrence Foster.
Oh yeah, up at the Jersey flight.
Yeah, Terrence Foster hit me up. He was like, "Hey man, I got a spot for you out here in Jersey, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give the coaches at Ontario information first. If it don't work out there, man, kind of like give me a call. But I know it's best. Some guys like to stay home, so I'm gonna do my best to try to help you out." So he got me in contact with Ontario with Coach Johnson, and we kind of went from there. So
That's cool to see.
excited
It's cool to see him help out like that.
Yeah, no, Foster's a great guy, man. Terrence is a great guy. He always looking out for the best interests of the players, and you know what I mean. He's played, so he kind of understands how the game goes and what to expect. But it's a blessing because, like, you know, my daughter she used to live in Oregon, but she moved down here last year in March, and I'm close to my daughter. You know what I mean? She can go watch me play.
Nice.
Now. My family can watch me play. They don't got to get on the plane. They don't got to drive 20 plus hours.
Right.
It's kind of a blessing, you know?
Yeah. No, I think it's cool when you can do that, especially now, like you said, with, you know, your daughter, she's going to be 4 this week, right?
4.
So, yeah, I mean, that's going to be fun times for both of you, for her to be able to see you play and all that. So it's exciting. My uncle lives in Rancho Cucamonga.
Yeah, that's 12 minutes, babe? About 12 minutes.
Yeah, it's not too bad. So I used to have a
pretty city.
I haven't been out there in a while, but they had a soccer team and we played at the same arena the football team plays. So my team in St. Louis would go out there and play. So you guys got a great arena out there. I think it's a great community too, you know, outside of LA. Everybody's like Ontario, California, Canada. And that's like, no, it's LA. It's LA.
It's LA. It's San Bernardino County.
Yeah. That area is just so massive. It's going to be good. So you're home. You know, tell me a little bit about what's your style of play? I mean, are you a trash talker out there? What's your style?
I'm not. You probably ask a couple guys, man. I don't really say. I don't even wear a mouthpiece. Tell you the truth. I don't even say much.
No.
I'm that nonchalant jokester. You know what I mean? If I'm saying something, I'm either joking around with my teammates in the huddle, or I'm not really saying nothing to the opposite team unless I know you, or we played against each other, or we're kind of just talking, or like after the play, like, oh, good play or something like that. But I really don't even talk trash. Like, but believe me, it's in me though. You know what I mean? Like, you got to just get me there. Like half the time, you know, I'm that finesse guy. You know.
Yeah. Well, and the cool thing about the league is, I mean, you know people on every team, you know, just from either competing against them or playing with them. So it kind of adds, I think, to, you know, that excitement. Just, you know, it's like playing your brother's, you know, friend. You always want to kind of outdo them.
Right. No. Skip is one of my favorite guys to go against. Skip Ross. Who else? I like TC from Carolina, Robinson.
Here we got a fan that asks if you're getting ready for the Cobras defense, because their D line's going to be scary. So
let me see.
Cobras are always talking some trash on here. Come on.
They're unbelievable, amazing. Well, I don't got to pretty much worry about the D line, so I don't really care. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Y'all got to get the quarterback for real.
Yeah. So how about when you score touchdowns? Are you you got some good dances? You got some show?
So for me, like, I don't really have like a signature dance or nothing. Like, I'm pretty much known for like falling asleep. Yeah, I mean, like either like falling asleep or, you know, or just really just tossing the ball at the guy or something. I don't really I don't got to dance, but I need to find one so I can get these fans involved and know my signature, man. That's big in this stuff. So anybody watching this, man, if you get you a signature and get them fans involved, that's gonna get you some dollars.
Yeah, I'll tell you. And a lot of the guys, some of them have their signature thing. Some don't. It's gonna be fun. I saw like on the photo you sent me that I could use. You know, you got the ball out. You know, and I don't know who the player is on the bench, but you have the ball out, and he's like, ah. I don't know if you noticed that photo.
No, like, I don't know. Like, I've been thinking honestly, man. Since my first year in the arena, I've been trying to find, you know, something that sticks with me that I don't got to think about, and I just do as soon as I score or I make a big play. But nothing stuck. Nothing that stuck with me yet. So
It'll come at the right time. You'll get that. You'll get that thing. Do you talk to fans during the game at all?
Yeah. So like home games. I kind of like closer to our sideline. There's a section. You know what I mean? Like before every kickoff, you know, I go say what's up to the same guys, or you know, just dap them up, or you know, you often in arena football, you get offered a drink of beer, so on and so forth. You know, that kind of stuff. But you get
how
caught
many beers have you drinking during a game?
I've never drank a beer during a game, but I've seen other guys do it.
Seriously?
Yeah. Like in the IFL.
Yeah. I've always seen like the popcorn, or
Yeah,
like,
I've had popcorn though. Yeah, I've taken some popcorn. It's fun, man. Like I really think the Arena Football League is an entertainment league. It's because I feel like in arena football, if guys are really getting a shot to go to the league or go to Canada, there will be more guys getting a shot. You know what I mean? As far as like people putting the coaches and stuff, putting our names out there and getting in contact with this league or that league, you know. And I can't speak for everybody. I just feel like there's no way that Deron Neal or Devin Wilson or Jermon Fortune shouldn't at least be on somebody's damn practice squad somewhere, or on somebody's 53-man roster, or me, myself, like at least getting a shot. Yep. You know what I mean? So I just think that the indoor football league, they get guys shots, don't get me wrong, but they can do a little bit better as far as like helping us athletes get a shot, man. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of that is you know, coaches and contacts and all that stuff. And that's what I think is nice about Patrick out there with you is, he played in the league for years. So, I mean, it's a tight knit group. So he knows people out there. And I mean, just a couple of weeks ago, a kid who played wide receiver for me back in 2005 is the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles now. So, I mean, you think about that. That's crazy, right? He's playing indoor football in 2005. Now he's the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. So, but there's other guys out there too. Matt Nagy, head coach of the Bears, arena football guy. So, I mean, but, the coaches, and then just, I always tell the players, like, I try to find out what they want to accomplish, and a lot of it is that, like, because not every player is looking to go up. Not every player's, got that on their mind, but the ones that do, it's like, how can we help? And,
right.
And, it's
because I'll be real, like, after like this past season in, 2019, like, don't get me wrong. I love the NAL. I love playing. I love the game of football. So like, for me, it's like, okay, what's after this? Because a lot of us players, man, after football or after the arena season, we got to go find a freaking part-time job somewhere, like, and living paycheck to paycheck. Isn't our ultimate goal to go professional? Like, we playing professional, but we trying to play professional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Where you don't need that side gig.
Where you don't need the side job, where you can take care of your family without having to get that side job. That's not arena. Like, back in the day, you could have done that in arena football.
Right.
It ain't like that nowadays. So it's like, right now, we looking at the NAL as a stepping stone for something bigger for us, and we often get stuck. A lot of players get stuck in that place and are content. I'm not one of those content players. I'll find another career.
Yeah. No, well, and that's what I've been telling all the players that have been on the last month. It's like, have you started thinking about life after football? Because in my opinion, throughout my career, my goal has always been to help the players start thinking about that and develop something while they're playing, so that when they're done playing, they've already got that stream of revenue and kind of have a plan of action of what they're doing. Right. Because right now, the fans know you guys. You guys are a big deal, and a lot of guys don't capitalize on that. But now's the time to really start building, whether you want to get into coaching or, starting a foundation.
Yeah, for me, nobody know I'm in firefighter school right now as we speak.
Nice.
I'm in firefighter school. I gotta have some kind of backup.
Yeah.
And I've always been interested in it. And for me to get my fire technology associate's degree, it's only 8 classes. I've already taken 2. I'm getting ready to take 2 more in the spring. You know what I mean? It's all online because of COVID, so on and so forth.
Nice.
But I'm telling you now, if anybody watching, if you don't plan on going to the league, man, you got to find something else, man, because you'll get stuck in this arena stuff, or just chasing, not even arena, man, just chasing football or chasing sports. It don't love you back.
No, and you got to prepare. I mean, even if you do have aspirations for the league or are pursuing that, I mean, you could still be smart though and do what you're doing. I mean, get as much knowledge, go through the courses that you can, because then at least it's all done. So if you say, okay, well, I'm done playing. Well, now I don't have to wait to get all those 8 classes in. It's done.
That's exactly why I'm doing it, because now when I decide to go take the 15-week academy to apply to the academy for 15 weeks, I don't got to take no classes. I've already taken them. All I got to do is be conditioned and have and then like you said, just refresh my mind with all the stuff that I've already previously learned. That's it. But
well, I think too, that kind of career too is something that you're going to stay fit as well. So even if you were doing that and end up getting a call for an opportunity, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff, but I think that's great, man. Congrats for, keeping that on your mind and pursuing that, because too many times people wait until that they're done and then they're trying to figure it out.
By the time you look up, you're 35 years old trying to figure out what you gonna do for a career, and I shit.
Yeah. No, you can't do it, man. You got any other like side hustles or anything else that you're working on in the off season?
I pretty much train. I have a couple kids that I train, on a base, like a weekly basis. Just receiver work. I don't go out and try to be this personal trainer that does this, that does that. I really go get guys that and focus on like the basics. You know what I mean? I train like 4 kids. That's about it. Other than that, I got a side hobby. I pitch.
What do you mean?
Baseball.
Baseball?
Yeah.
So what, like you're in a league or what?
No, I'm not in a league, but I train with Dave Coggins. You heard of Dave Coggins?
No, I'm not. I'm horrible with
Dave.
names.
Dave Coggins is a pitcher in the early 90s, not early 90s, mid to late 90s, early 2000s, for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Huh. I should know him. I grew up near there, and I graduated high school in '97. So
he's a local guy here. He trains pitchers and stuff. So I haven't trained with him in like a month though, because I've been busy. But I trained with him. He's the owner of PFA Strong. I throw, man. I got a couple videos I should have sent you, man. But
so what is there a potential, career there or what?
So what I didn't know, I'm 26, but I didn't know that if I go to college for another sport, I got 4 more years of eligibility.
Really?
Yeah, I never got paid for baseball.
Right.
So I still have college eligibility left for baseball. So I'm kind of trying to not trick the system, but use the system.
Yeah. You gotta work it.
So I'm training the rest of this year, because pitching is tough. Like just to try to I haven't thrown in over 8 years, and I just started throwing probably June of last year, and it takes you a while to kind of get back into motion. So like with this process, I'm really just trusting the process and taking it slow. But who knows? You might see me in a baseball uniform in the next year or 2.
What kind of heat are you throwing?
Right now, the last time I clocked in was like 90, 91.
Nice.
And
lefty or righty?
And I haven't thrown in 8 years. So I'm excited about it, but also it's a lot of work pitching, dude. It's
It's a lot of studying though, too. Like studying the batters and like, I mean, it's a ton, probably more of that than anything.
yeah, because with pitching, like for me, this is my opinion. With pitching, you really have to be able to hit spots because, like you say, you got to know who you're throwing against. You got to know what kind of batter you're going against, and then also it's a lot of mechanics. Like you see a bunch of like young pitchers go into the league throwing straight cheese, throwing fast. You know what I mean, doing a whole nine, and then some of them just fall off. But the ones that don't fall off, you can see that they've changed their mechanics, that they fixed their pocket path. You know what I mean? They a lot of pitchers don't realize it, but quarterbacks and pitchers they kind of have the same pocket. You know what I mean? Because a lot of pitchers but a lot of pitchers like to bring their arm down here. You know what I mean? Instead of just turning their thumb down. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like plays a big play into like the stuff that I've been learning from Dave, and I know he's probably upset because I haven't been there in a while, but he sees a lot of potential in me and he believes in me. So I'm gonna be going back there pretty soon.
Well, the nice thing too with baseball, it's a little different than football when it comes to age. You know, so like a lot of guys aren't even making it to the big leagues until they're late 20s, sometimes 30s. So it's a little bit different. You know, NFL, it's like as you get closer to 30, it's tougher to kind of be that rookie, but
and it's guaranteed.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if you sign AAA, AA ball, you sign for 1.3, you wake up that next day, that 1.3 in your account.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, baseball is a unique thing. I've always kind of owned my own thing, and but last year I took a job with the Washington Nationals and with their farm team as a vice president, and man, it just opened my eyes to the business of baseball. I mean, we were building a brand new, $40 million stadium in Virginia for the minor league team. And, it just, they did, with COVID, they ended up using our stadium as their practice site for the full season. So the guys who weren't on the major league, roster at the time would practice there. But man, it's a whole nother animal.
Another world, but it has longevity.
Yeah.
And if you get good, look at Mookie Betts. That motherfucker make $30 million a year.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
A lot of those guys. I mean, they're just, are you a right-handed thrower or left-handed?
Right. I wish I was left-handed.
I was going to say 6'5" lefty. Okay, I'm going to be your agent.
If I was left-handed, we wouldn't be talking right now.
Oh, man. So who are your favorite sports teams?
San Diego Chargers.
San Diego?
I've been a LaDainian Thompson fan pretty much my whole life.
Okay. Are you happy they moved to LA?
Yeah, I mean it doesn't really bother me. It's down, it's down the street, but I still always say San Diego Chargers now, even if
right.
People look at that's San Diego Chargers.
Yeah.
My favorite player is James Harden. People gonna call me a bandwagon, but
you said Harden?
James Harden, yeah. So I usually follow where he goes. So now I'm a Brooklyn fan, man.
You like that move, him going to Brooklyn?
I think it was an easy way out. You know what I mean? To kind of like, go get on a better team. Let's try to win a championship. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, but I think it was a smart move by him. Do I like it? Not really. Kobe never left.
But these guys nowadays are always kind of we're so ready to jump.
Yeah, they a lot of those pro guys, you know what I mean? A lot of guys that's in the league, and don't get me wrong, they're awesome, they're good, they're elite. But there's a lot of they softer, man. They softer than the guys we were watching in the 90s and the 80s, man, that stuck shit out, and
guys there their whole career or most of it. I mean, yeah, I always look at that. NBA is probably my favorite league, my favorite sport to watch. So I don't really have a favorite team, but I'll watch anybody.
Yeah, so I like James Harden, LaDainian, and then Derek Jeter is one of my favorite players, and New York Yankees is my favorite team.
Yankees.
But people will call me. I'm kind of like Dodgers / Yankees. You know what I mean?
Right.
Only because like my grandfather was a Dodger fan, and I always watched the Dodger games with him growing up. Sitting, you know, in the living room, you know, while he drink his beer and his cognac, whatever. But he always took us to a game at least twice a year. So I say I'm a Dodger and a Yankee fan because Yankees came into play in Little League when I played on every team that I ever played on was the Yankees, you know. So
I try to support like the local teams. So I'm close. I live in Orlando, so you know I'll support the Magic out here, but it's tough. And then you know Tampa Bay Bucks. You know that's easy. That's easy to support them now with them winning. It was when I had season tickets a couple of years ago. I couldn't even give the tickets away. Like nobody would take them.
Wow.
It's like you don't want free tickets. But I try to support those teams. The Lightning, you know, Tampa Bay has had a good run this past year with the Rays. You know, I mean, ended up losing, you know, in the World Series, but at least you know making it that far on their budget that they're on is amazing.
I mean, shoot, look who they got.
Well, they just lost a couple guys, I think.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's part of the game, but shoot, Tom can make anybody look good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Tom can make anybody look good if you can get open and learn how to adjust. Tom will make anybody look like a damn all-star. I can go out there and run off of Tom right now, and I'll look. You know what I mean?
Let's go, Tom. Hey, you need a guy. I'm your guy. Let's go.
Yeah, but it's. I love watching him play. But for some reason, I don't know if it's psychological for me or not. I always want to bet against him.
Yeah, don't do that.
Always. And I bet against him this last time. You know what I mean? It was only like $40, but like, you know, I always want to bet against Tom.
Because it's like, okay, he can't keep winning. So let me
I
just like he's gonna lose at some point. So
at some point, you know.
It's like, when do you fall off? It's like, damn, he's older than I am. I'm like, shit, I can't even get out of bed in the morning. This guy's playing in the NFL.
Tom is doing this thing, and I learned my lesson this year. If Tom stays another year and he has another year, I won't bet against him ever again.
Are you watch any hockey or soccer?
So I don't really watch hockey or soccer, but I do play FIFA.
Okay. Are you pretty good?
I'm pretty decent in FIFA, man. I'm not ranked or anything, but you know, I pretty much beat everybody that I play against. You know what I mean?
What team are you usually? What's your team that you select?
Argentina or France.
Nice. Any other games that you play?
I'm not really a Call of Duty kind of guy or any of those shooting games. I'm mainly like sports game, FIFA, Madden, 2K. But when I have time, I don't just sit on the game all day, you know what I mean? Or if I don't have nothing to do and I get bored, that's when I kind of like turn it on, you know. Yeah. My daughter actually plays more than I do, you know.
Really?
She plays Crash Bandicoot.
I'll tell you what, these kids are so smooth with it. I mean, mine's 17, all right, but yesterday, kid made $700+ streaming. $700 in 4 hour sitting. It's crazy, isn't it? I'm like, I said, dude. And so he was all jacked up because that was the most he's ever made in a day. And we got a little, like, this is his Joker gaming. Okay. And so we've got gear and a website and everything and, you know, a few sponsors. But it's crazy.
He got him a hustle. That's great.
Man, he loves it too. And he tries to mix it up between games, but
that's like, for me, like, that's like innovative. You know what I mean? I want to play the game anyway. Why not get paid to do it?
Well, and that's what we always talk about. We always talk about, like, do something that you're going to enjoy, and then you're never working. And now what's crazy, I mean, when I was a kid, you got yelled at for playing video games. Now you could get a college scholarship playing video games.
Yeah.
And so, like, he's not playing any, like, real sports now because he's committed to, you know, the gaming side, which it's like any sport though. You have to it's a lot of practice, a lot of, you know, this and that. But I mean, he could. I'm sure he'd get a scholarship, full ride somewhere.
Right.
And
Yeah, I just put
nuts.
I just put my daughter in soccer. So
Nice.
I just want to she's 4 years old and she wears a size 12, almost 1. And that's like if you do the math, like not even do the math, but like my sister's daughter is 6 years old and she wears a size 12.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? So like my daughter, I'm 6'5", so I know my daughter's gonna
Started getting her hooping up a little bit, man. Maybe
yeah, we just got her a basketball hoop, so she we'll get her in that. But I wanted her to be in soccer first because soccer, like, that's like the groundworks of like footwork and
very good.
You know, so, and I
great for coordination.
For me, like with raising my daughter, I don't really care too much for her to get a scholarship athletically, because that's how it was for me. Sports. I never focused on school. I don't need sports to get a scholarship. That's kind of what I want to instill in her, is like academically, you get an academic scholarship, because a lot of us
and that's easier.
Yeah,
academically, if you put your
a lot of us that play sports, or just that's all we've ever known, we get so caught up in it that when after college, when you don't make it, or if you don't make it, obviously a lot of people say don't have a plan B, but man, shut up. You need a plan B.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely. So, I mean, you got to think about things.
Yeah, you find yourself like life after football, like you find yourself stuck. Like, damn, dude, I don't know what to do. Like I say, working at Dairy Queen. Like what? 24 years old working at Dairy Queen.
Yeah. Hey, but you know what though? You're doing what you got to do. You know what I mean? It's better than sitting around doing nothing. So, you gotta stay active. And how about Tammy was asking if you have a college basketball team.
College basketball team. Well,
college football.
Right now, I'm a USC fan in college basketball because my girlfriend's cousin, he just transferred there from a small D2 school. So I've been watching a lot of USC basketball, but I don't really have a favorite at the moment. But if you would have asked me this 2-3 years ago, Wichita State.
Why Wichita State?
I just love the way they move the ball. Actually, that's longer than that. I'm talking Wichita State when Julius Randle was there.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I just like their style of play, and then also Gonzaga, man. You never can go wrong with Gonzaga. They make it every year. They give people trouble every year.
Yeah, they're solid. So, what other kind of stuff do you like to do out? When you're not playing football?
My family out here, we have a family dinner every Sunday.
Nice. How big?
It's just our immediate family. So my sister, her 4 kids, husband, and then obviously we're all pretty much grown now. So then our girlfriends will come too.
Right.
And then my 2 brothers, and then whoever, their girlfriend at the time, I guess.
At the time. It's like, who's this one?
We usually have it with like my mom and then my sisters, and pretty much do it that way. What else? We go to, obviously, California, Florida. We go to the beach. A lot, but pretty much I'm a homebody. I stay out the way.
Smart, man. Smart.
I stay out the way. I'm a big Netflix guy. A lot of people don't really watch. They get tired of Netflix, But
all right, so give me some good show. I'm just finishing up a series now. It's an old one, but Designated Survivor. I don't know if you've seen that one.
No, I haven't. No.
It's man, it's really good. But I'm just about through season 3.
So
what else?
What is your what is your genre? What do you like?
I'm
like a big action kind of guy. I like action and like shooting and like.
Yeah, I'm just anything but horror. No, I'm not really into horror stuff. So.
Okay.
Did you? How about like Cobra Kai? Have you watched that?
I heard of it, but I had not turned it on yet.
Come on, man. That's like have you seen Karate Kid at least?
Yeah, I've seen Karate Kid.
Okay, all right.
See, I like more. It's more or less movies for me, though.
Movies, okay.
Series. The last series that I watched that I was really in tune with was Queen of the South.
Okay, I didn't see that one.
Oh, you need to go ahead and turn that on tonight. You
Okay.
gonna probably watch a whole season tonight. It's Queen of the South. It's like a little drug movie,
Right.
but it is so good, man. It's Queen of the South.
I'll check it out.
You have to message me. You gonna message me after you see it. I'm telling you.
I'll be like, dude, I didn't go to bed yet. I'm still up.
Queen of the South. I'm telling you,
Dude, I've done that.
Right now, you're gonna be intrigued in the first 10 minutes.
All right.
But
That's good.
Queen of the South. What else? What else is a good like little series that I've watched? I got in tune with Sons of Anarchy. I know it's old.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, dude.
No.
You know, I'm gonna just message you a couple of series that I've watched after this, and just you know, if you got time to watch them. But I guarantee you, those ones you get hooked so quick.
Yeah.
You like
that's what I like. I mean, I used to be such a movie like. I used to have a theater in my house, so that's what I would do. Like that was my like release was just watching movies, and so I've scaled that back now. But usually, you know, 9, 10 o'clock, I'm either watching an NBA game or a show, and you know, I'll do that till I go to bed.
Right. Well, if you turn on one of these series that I just told you, it's kind of like you know how you be like, okay, I'll go to bed after this one.
Right, and then you're like, oh shit. Okay, let's go. One more.
You look up, it's 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. You're like, what the hell did I just do?
Dude, that's when I first watched Designated Survivor, just because it's kind of like a political drama type conspiracy, and it just got me the first season. So I was like, probably till 6 a.m.
Yeah, no, it's fun, man. I'm a big like series guy. Like I'll start a series with my girlfriend, right? And she'll fall asleep. And I'll just continue to watch it, and then here comes the next day. Now I'm in trouble because you watched.
Now we got to start over.
You watched it without me. Sorry. Yeah.
That's what we do with. We did that with Last Chance U. I don't know if you've seen any of those.
I've seen that.
But it's like, yeah, my wife, she'll fall asleep, and then she'll be like, oh, I don't know what's going on now, so we got to go back
and rewind it and try to like.
Exactly.
I'm like, I could just tell you.
Yeah, nah, it doesn't fly. But no, that's cool.
My story though, man. I'm a cool, calm, and collective guy, dude. And then, like I say, I'm a competitor though. Like I will compete, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, or even growing up, we used to compete to who gonna get to the front seat first.
Right.
You know what I mean? I need that front seat. I'm not sitting back here with y'all, you know?
Well, I'll tell you what, it looks like you guys got a good team started out there as far as the talent I've seen from guys getting signed. So, I mean, really throughout the whole league, the talent level is just it's great. There's going to be some great games.
Yeah, it'd be some good games. I think so too. But I don't really know how many vets we've signed. So I think like for me, I'm gonna have to step up a lot and kind of like not mold anybody, but kind of like, you know, show them that arena football is totally different from 11 on 11, man. You're gonna have to either adjust quick or you're gonna get sent home. That's just being 100% with you, because these coaches ain't got time to constantly trying to teach. But what I would say is that a lot of rookies that's getting ready to come into the league learn fast and constantly ask questions, whether in your meetings or on the ask questions in the meeting, because they ain't not gonna have too much patience right on the field. You know what I mean? Ask questions in the meetings. You know what I mean? But
and watch a lot of film. I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, all the games are online right now. Guys should be checking that stuff out now.
Yeah. I'm excited because I'm honestly hoping that I get to play some jack or even a little bit DB, you know what I mean? Because I've been practicing it. You know what I mean? just for like hypotheticals, or even just like if that's something that my team wants me to do, then I should be prepared for it. Obviously, I ain't going to play middle, you know what I mean? But I can play front side and get into some throwing lanes.
I'll tell you just got to be, you know, versatile, you know, and that's the thing about this game with the rosters being so small is just one or two guys goes down, what do you do? And so you got to be able to have guys that can move around a little
step
bit.
up.
I'm all about the Iron Man, like how it used to be. A lot of the guys now don't know what that is, but
Shout out Cody Saul.
we need to go back to that, man. It makes it very interesting.
Yeah, where you go both ways, not even both ways. You play all aspects of the game.
You don't come off the field.
That's kind of how it was for me in the championship game. I played all the special teams. I played every down on defense, and then Fortune went down, and then I had to finish the game off. But we had a great team, man, and all those guys was behind me. At Jack, because it's hard to trust somebody on the defense that y'all didn't. We already 14-1 or
right.
13-1. It's hard for to go ahead and trust Gilchrist, but those guys put they put their trust in me, and I guess I held it down, but it was fun.
So how about I love food, so I'm always asking people about food. What can you cook?
I can cook. That's one thing that we were raised on.
Where's the girl at? I need to hear. I need her. I want to hear it from her that you can cook.
All right, hold on, babe. You come here. They want to know if I can cook. They don't believe my word. They want to hear it from you. Don't laugh like that.
Wow.
She talking about some, huh? She said, what's the question?
What can Chris cook? Is he a good cook?
He surely can throw some bread in the toaster oven and call it a day.
Get out of here.
Nice. All right, some toast. I like it.
Get out of here. You're fired.
What's your specialty, Chris? What's your go-to thing? If you had to do if I'm coming over for dinner and you're like, dude, you gotta do it right for me. What's it gonna be?
For me, okay, so recently over the last year, I've cut out red meat and pork. So I don't really eat any red meat. I may have a burger from In-N-Out or something every once in a while.
Yeah, you can't turn In-N-Out down.
No, you can't turn it down. But I'm more like chicken breast and turkey, ground turkey. So I'll grill you some chicken and some rice and some veggies. We really kind of do like veggies. The veggies that we eat mostly are like zucchini and mushroom.
I love zucchini. Yeah.
Squash.
Yeah.
I'm not a big onion guy, so I don't really use too many.
Asparagus.
I throw you together some a good grilled chicken with some rice and veggies.
That's good. I could eat chicken every day. So
that's pretty much all we eat in here is chicken and turkey.
How hard has it been to get rid of red meat? Because I thought about that, but man, I love eating some red meat.
Actually, it's kind of funny for me. It was hard at first because I'm like, man, I want a steak.
Right.
And then I had a steak. I made a steak maybe 2 weeks ago, and then I almost threw up, or it just tasted so nasty for me. I was like, oh, it's easier than I thought, and I threw the whole steak away. $10 steak. I mean, it wasn't like a T-bone or anything, but
right.
A little steak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Threw the whole steak away and just ate my rice with shrimp.
Damn. See, I like those Brazilian steakhouses where they just keep bringing you the meat and they cut.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The where you just keep cooking. You cook it yourself.
No, they bring it out and cut it right off the thing for you. You grab it.
Oh,
it's good, but I have to work on it. I feel like I should be a product, endorser here. But have you had an air fryer at all?
I got one right in my cabinet.
Best invention I've ever seen. I use it every single day.
You cook something in less than 20 minutes.
It's so good. I love wings in there. The Super Bowl Sunday, that's all I did. I made wings all day.
So we'll fry. I kind of like fry the wings first to get that little crisp on the outside. Yeah. Then I throw them in the air fryer.
Okay.
I do that for like 3 or 5 minutes, and then I throw them in the air fryer. Just kind of because I like the little crunch on my wings. You know what I mean? I like the little on the outside of it. But cooking, man, I do most of the cooking shit. I should ask her if she can cook.
Is that why you cook?
Yeah, no, she does cook, but she the one got me because she only eats chicken and turkey, And
Okay.
then
You guys eat fish?
I eat fish and shrimp also as well. So I just red meat, you know what I mean? We actually had chicken and shrimp tacos last night.
Okay, nice. You know, the one thing I made like 2 weeks ago, and it's really changed the way I look at it, is I marinated chicken in Frank's hot buffalo sauce.
Okay.
And then I put it in the air fryer. And it got the outside nice and crisp, but like it marinated the whole way through. So it was like a spicy chicken. It was like, and I'm not really a spicy guy, but even my wife was like, damn, that was good. So I'm not going to try it again because I'll never do it again.
Try with another sauce.
Right.
That's kind of how I do the chicken though. Like if we're having chicken tonight, like we won't do the same sauce. We'll do like a honey glaze or like just to give it a different flavor. Nobody always want to just taste chicken with barbecue sauce or ketchup or whatever you want to put on it. But I kind of just trying to use different sauces to make it kind of different because it can't get boring eating the same thing.
Oh yeah, Coach Foster saying don't play DB until after July 4th. I guess he doesn't want to face you.
No, man, I want to play Jack so I can get a couple hits, man. I need to start making some plays, man. I need to get Gilchrist. The Gilchrist name need to be ringing around like Mr. Wilson.
Yep. Well, hey, if you go play Jersey, tell Coach Foster you want some of that food he's cooking because I hear he cooks up the whole
I heard
team.
he can cook. He told me himself. I already know it. I'm going on that after that flight. I'm calling Coach Foster and I'm telling him I'm pulling up. I need a plate.
Exactly. I told him the same thing. I'm coming up and I'm part of the crew.
Yeah, I'm going to your team dinner.
Do you guys play in Orlando this year? Do you know?
If the Predators aren't in the league anymore, are they?
Yeah, no, they are.
Yeah, we actually, I think we got one game out in Orlando. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, man, I want to thank you for joining me. It was fun chatting, man. I want to when I come out to LA, man, I'm coming by. I'm gonna see if you can cook, man.
Hey, you come right here, I got.
And then if it's not, we'll go to In-N-Out and grab a burger.
In-N-Out, hey, it's crazy because In-N-Out is literally 2 seconds away from my house.
Nice. So we have a backup just in case it's horrible.
No, but you'll be fine. I got
No, man. Sounds good. Good luck this season. And Coach is saying he's coming to you guys the 4th of July. So, let's stay in touch. You got my number and look forward to seeing you down here. Good luck this season.
Oh, yeah. All right, man. Thank you for the opportunity, Andrew.